MEMORARE-Manila Foundation, 1945, was formed in 1995, 50 years after the battle, by survivors of that terrible month. 73 years after the battle, many people, especially the young, may ask, why is it important to commemorate this event? And how does this event affect me? Obviously, as you get further from the event, people know less and less what happened. Good questions. To answer, I've come up with several reasons. First, we must mourn, grieve, validate, and remember the deaths of over 100,000 people, civilians, who perished in that month. Innocent people, children, women, men, elderly, sick.
Let me say that 73 years ago, this area that we're in was a battlefield, that bullets and shells were being fired. The Americans were fairly close by, but this area was still a Japanese-controlled area, and it would take a few more days before this area would be liberated. This would be very painful for many of the people who lived here and people also living outside. This particular date, in fact, is important because it's about around this time that the massacres began to be systematically carried out. These were not massacres by soldiers who were running amok. They were deliberate. There were orders that were given to the soldiers to destroy parts of the cities and to kill people. It was very indiscriminate because aside from the Filipinos who were killed, supposedly because they had guerrilla connections, there were also persons from other nationalities as well. There were Germans who were supposed to be the allies of the Japanese at that time. There were various other nationalities. There were people from Latin America. There were people from Europe, and there were others who were killed. There were Chinese and many others who were killed in this battle.
It was in the year 2000. I first came to the Philippines as a university student. During that time, I must say, I was really ignorant. I really don't know about what had happened here in the Philippines. But one lady came up to me and said, "Why did you come to the Philippines? I didn't want to see any Japanese. Why are you here?" I was so shocked to know the anger and hatred toward the Japanese people. And I started thinking myself, what can I do as a member of post-war generation? This is how I started the organization, Bridge for Peace. Actually, our activity is to record testimonies from the war survivors and then show the films to the younger generation so that the youth could learn, Japanese youth could learn what our forefathers had done in the Philippines and the other Asian countries.
Oh, there you are. Right here, come on. Right next to Ross.
I was born here and I grew up here. I'm still alive. Well, this month I'll be 90 years old.
90?
Yeah. They said, "Oh, you're going to be 90." Once I was talking to, "Oh yeah, I'm going to go up to 100 so I can go to the city hall and pick up my 100."
You will, of course. You will. Only 10 years to go.